apothecary.
Now, what exactly did you want me to do in this place? Oopsie.
Loot everything. There's a lot in there.
Oh, okay.
There's like a million things in there.
Let's take a look around. There has to be something here that tells us where she's gone. My mother was meticulous about her research. If we can find her notes, there might be some hints in there. I had no idea her laboratory even existed. She had an alchemy set up in her drawing room, but nothing that even comes close to what's here. Looking at the equipment and materials, it looks like she was trying to advance her necromancy.
Serana resurrected a giant spider.
I don't know.
Gross.
Certainly not longevity. Kind of a waste of time for a vampire.
It takes up more space than normal enemies.
I remember she used to keep a small journal.
Like,
See if you can dig it up.
rude.
Yeah, I had a feeling that would happen.
The Forgotten Vale is really pretty, though. Pain in the ass because of how big it is. But pretty.
That's not what I meant.
Yes, please, just shut up.
Give me.
Thank you. Where's the fucking entrance? Where?
Oh my god, this bow is expensive as shit.
How much?
It's 2,407. And I just disenchanted it.
Oh god. Oh god, there's 2 dragons. Oh shit, now there's 3!
3 what?
Maybe there's 4. Fuck. How many dragons are there? Or are they just breaking the ice for the fun of it? I don't know. And, dude, there are 4 fucking dragons!
Congrats.
I saw several dragons. Now I'm very confused. I only see one. I'm only fighting one. Oh, there's another! Fuck! It's hard to talk, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Jesus Christ, that took a bit.
Yeah,
I know there's a 3rd one around here somewhere.
I just enchanted all of my, extra rings and diamonds and necklaces, yada yadas. So now all of the, well, not all, but almost all of the necklaces and rings I had are now at least $1,000 in selling. So I have lots of money. Just waiting for me.
Where there's a 3rd one around here somewhere.
Give me the fish. This looks cute. 27th last seed. Hawkins' short-sightedness is becoming a serious problem. I've warmed him? Yep. He's nice and toasty now. I've warned him time and time again that his foolish prophecy would cast far too much light on our people, and yet he refuses to so much as listen to a word I say. I've become less of a wife and more of an annoyance in his eyes. Devoting attention to my work is the only solace I can find while enduring his ridiculous crusade. The 28th last seed. I've had a breakthrough today. I was able to attune the portal vessel to the soul Karim, probably by using a small sample of using ingredients. Although the portal opened only for a few seconds, I'm confident that with the proper formula it can be sustained indefinitely. I feel like I am missing a key ingredient, something of sufficient potency that can resist the forces trying to prevent my intrusion. That is a hard word to read right now. Communing with the ideal masters has provided worthless. They speak in riddles and offer no assistance. Whether I endure them a steady supply of souls or not, if I'm to escape Harkin's clutches, I need to keep the portal open long enough to carry me away from here, forever if need be. Third Hearthfire. I've done it. After wasting thousands of gold coins on components, I've discovered how to sustain the portal. I'm listing the components below without the proper amounts for my own protection. As a secondary precaution, I am combining my own blood into the formula, which should prevent anyone from being able to duplicate it and following me into the soul Karin. The formula consists of finely ground bone meal, purified void salt. Karen? Sorry, it's really hard to read it in the VR. All of it is so pixely.
Oh, it's Karen.
It looks like Karen. Soul gem shards using the proper measurements. Place the above silver-lined portal vessel. Blobbity blobbity. Hopefully I didn't use all of those ingredients already. I might have though. More importantly, I must enact my plans with this Sarana and get her into Dim Hollow Crypt as soon as possible. Want to take this, please? Hey, you!
That's where I go up.
Saranyabala.
What?
I'm talking to Saranyabala.
Any luck yet? You did? Let me see them. I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems, that the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the soul cairn.
I mean, she calls it a cairn.
The soul cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the soul cairn itself. That circle in the center of the room is definitely some type of portal. If I'm reading this right, there's a formula here that should give us safe passage into the soul cairn. A handful of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal, a good bit of purified void salts. Oh, damn it. We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place. Not bad. We'd better hope that's good enough. Mistakes with these kind of portals can be gruesome. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get started. Oh, definitely. Mother would have plenty of those materials in her laboratory. You just need to find them.
Oh, I may have used them already.
May have used what?
All the ingredients.
No, you're fine.
What do you mean?
They're special ingredients.
What do you mean?
They're in special bowls.
Okay. That doesn't change the fact...
Use them.
What do you mean I can't use them? I definitely went around here and just, like, grabbed everything.
Yes, but they're in these, like, mortar bowls, and they don't go into your ingredients list. They go into your extras list.
Oh, does it? Well, that's good. Otherwise, I was getting a little concerned. I just need to find the other one, then? I don't see
There's
it.
3 of them.
Well, yeah. I just need to figure out where that is. No, I didn't miss anything exciting right there. I think it was the void salt it said I was looking for.
I think it's upstairs.
Well, as far as I'm aware, I already looked. I like how she's just over here making stuff on the on the table. She's just like, hey, it's fine, you'll figure it out.
For me, she just stood and stared at the circle while I looted everything. She just stared at it.
Nah, I mean, she was walking around on mine. I'm confused. Which one am I missing? Ah, here it is. It's because it's so dark over here I couldn't see.
Yeah, I had the same problem.
Alright, now mix it all together, make a nice stew. Stew,
Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood.
No idea. We'll find out.
Then the rest is up to me.
Yeah, I know.
Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood.
I should be good.
Okay, here goes.
Ow.
Ancestors. She actually did it. Created a portal in the soul cave. Incredible.
Dude, I like that's just a staircase down. Whee! It's a little painful in here.
To find our back.
It's a little painful in there.
That was painful.
Yeah, it's a little painful in here.
Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry.
Find
It's
our
hard to
back.
describe.
You'll be.
The soul cairn is,
You'll do great.
well, hungry, for lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment.
Not too hard to find, in all honesty.
There might be, but I don't think you're going to like it. Vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem. Not your first choice, I'd guess? Maybe. We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours. My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the ideal masters. It might be enough to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the soul cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe.
The sun!
I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way, something that would be easier for you. Just know that whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes things just have to be done. I know that better than anybody.
Oh, that was fucking cheap.
So, Bailey, which would you
Sexy.
suggest I do? Become a vampire or become partially soul trapped?
Why would you need to do that?
What do you mean, why? I need to get into the soul cairn, and I'm not a vampire.
You don't have to be a vampire to get into the soul cairn.
That's why I said, which should I do? Become a vampire or get my soul partially entrapped?
You don't have to do that. Why didn't you tell her that she can use her blood?
Yeah, she did. I'm standing here at the portal. I'm alive, not a vampire, so those are my two options.
You don't have to be a vampire to do it.
Okay, I understand that. I have two options. So I was asking you which one you thought was the better option.
I guess the soul thing.
You're just like, anything's better than being a vampire.
I'm wondering what my mother
Yeah.
got up to here. She definitely wasn't trying to keep the place clean. Are you sure? I'm willing to do it, but you need to think it through.
It's gonna
You'll
make me
remain
a little
young, but you'll find yourself
weakened,
within the soul
apparently.
cairn.
Well, I did it just fine without becoming a vampire when I was doing the...
You were a vampire when you did it.
No, when I did it the first time and was part of the hunters.
The companions?
No, the dudes. The dudes that you are.
I was a part of the dudes. Those dudes that you are. You know, those dudes.
The Dawn Guard.
That took you a minute.
Duh.
I don't know. Well, I'm just gonna become partially soul-trapped, I guess.
I know this
so.
is difficult for you. I hope you trust me.
Well.
I'd never do anything that could hurt you.
What are you, my lover?
Thank you. Let's not waste any more time then. I promise to make this as painless as possible. Hold still.
Yay! Alright.
Look at the sky. What kind of place is this?
Hell?
You must help me find my Arvak. He doesn't deserve to be in a place like this.
She said look at the sky. What kind of place is this? So I said it's, hell.
Did you look at the sky?
Yes.
We came to this horrible place together.
Okay.
We were attacked by monsters.
Kinda looks like a black hole.
Please,
It's really
he's such
cool.
a loyal creature.
All honesty,
and he's
I
been
love it.
running for so long. You have to save him. A place like this will change you.
Oh no, I'm
Arvak!
carrying too much.
Arvak! Where are you? Arvak, please come back. Come back.
Sounds like he's singing. Arvak, Arvak, please come back.
You need to do the Arvak quest, trust me. You'll be very, very happy.
I mean, I need to find him first, but...
This is all wrong.
I'm just gonna stay on the yellow brick road and I'll assume I'll find him.
He's on this square building that's glowing purple.
I don't see any buildings glowing at the moment, unless you mean the one with the floating shit above it.
No.
Okay. You mean...
Those ones are other things you need to do.
I don't see any glowing purple. I see some with, like, little beacons. Oh. Hello. Who are you? Who are you? Come back. Come here, Death Pony. Alright, goodbye.
Yes, Death Pony is Arvak.
Well, he wouldn't let me click him.
Madness.
No, you don't have to click him, you need to find his
Witches. Why didn't they listen to me?
Wait, I need to what?
head. It's on a pillar in a
I
glowing
heard stories about the
purple
soul.
sanctuary
Never thought I'd see it
type
myself.
thing.
So
But if I
far,
need to find Arvak, why doesn't it just... Why do I have to go to some tower?
You have to find his skull.
Oh, his skull. Gotcha. You, like, cut in and out before when you said it, so I just heard, like, you need to find him. And I'm like, I don't understand. Why do I need to find him? He's right there. Let's look over here. This was a staircase leading nowhere. Okay, let me see how I get up here.
Where'd you come from?
Yeah, well that's what I'm doing with right now. I'm walking these like sky bridges.
There we go. Death to the Bone Man. Okay, I guess there's no... Oh, here's the entrance. Okay. But then there's no way inside the tower? Cool, great. Helpful.
It's an open air like thingy.
Okay, I was just curious about this tower I was walking next to, so I went in there, and there's no way to get in.
Yeah, Arvak's skull is an open air thing.
I mean, there's a lot to look at, so I'm not 100% sure where I need to be going.
Mainly just follow the road for now.
Okay. My headphones keep coming out of my ears and it's annoying.
hair keeps going into my ears. So that's another thing.
Well, hello there, lightning strike.
Yeah, lightning starts to hit rapidly.
Where'd you come from?
Once you get close
That'll
to the
teach you.
person.
Where'd you come from?
Alright, well I found a giant Illuminati place, so that's cool.
Yeah, in all honesty, Arvak's quest is actually really, really close to the dude that gave you the quest. Like, if the dude just walked maybe 10 feet, you would have been able to find Arvak.
Alright, so I'm at a place with a... It looks kind of important, and I don't feel like this is where Arvak is. I just gotta say.
Mother?
Yeah.
Mom?
Alright, we found the mom.
Can't be. Serana?
Can I still
Is it really
locate
you?
Arvak's
Can't
face?
believe it. How do we
Yes,
get inside?
yes, you can. You're
We
fine.
have to talk.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, I have no idea where that
You have
is.
to do a lot in here.
Where's your
Oh,
father?
okay.
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to stop him. To make everything right.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you.
Do you have to
So
go
how
to
has
the
it come to
3
pass
towers
that a
have
vampire
floaty things
hunter
above
is in
them?
the company
Oh,
of
okay.
my daughter? It pains me to
Kill
think you
things.
traveled with Serana under the guise of her
I'm
protector in an effort
overweight
to
again.
hunt me down. Coming from one who murders vampires as a trade, I find it hard to believe your intentions are noble. Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you. You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself. When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon.
You still eating fruit gummies?
Yes, I am.
Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day.
I got chicken
You
tenders
survived
today
the
at school.
ordeal. Those that do
Typically.
emerge as a pure-blooded vampire.
Oopsie.
We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor.
Why?
Now you're beginning
I am
to see
shooting
why
you
I
like a
wanted to
million
protect
times.
Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as
All of
possible.
them were like going through him like he was.
If
like he
Harkon
couldn't be hit
obtained Ariel's
anymore.
bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires. And how exactly do you plan on stopping him? Have you been listening to me? Like Serana, I'm a pure-blooded vampire. My presence on Tamriel is as much of a danger as hers. You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. Whether or not you've become one of us in order to survive the Soul Cairn, you're still a vampire hunter at heart. You're here because we're abominations in your mind. Evil creatures
Stop it,
that need
kitten.
to be destroyed.
If you want to come up here, just come up here. Especially since I can't see you. Come here. Come here.
It's so purple.
Come here, cat! Ugh.
It's so
Serana,
purple in there,
the
isn't it?
stranger aligns herself with those that would hunt you down and slay you like an animal. Yet I should entrust you to her.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known her than you've done in centuries.
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Oh, Serana, if you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
Oh,
So to
cat.
protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end,
What the fuck have you been this entire
I
time?
want us to be a family.
Who?
Misha, what the fuck are you
But I don't
doing?
know if we can
What?
ever have that. Maybe we
I
don't
think she's
deserve that
broken.
kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't
No
for
idea what
us.
you're talking about.
But we have to
Oh my
stop him
God.
before he goes too far.
Hopefully she doesn't
And to
stop
do
doing
that,
this
you
because
need the
this
Elder
is
Scroll.
hilarious.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long.
I think I broke
If you want the
Serana.
Elder Scroll, it's
Do you hear
yours.
my cat?
Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me,
I don't.
but for Serana's sake,
You do or
I'll
don't?
assist you in any way
I
that I
don't.
can.
Sorry, I was sending you a video of what Serana's doing. Pretty
Yes.
sure she's broken.
I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins. You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down. One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the cairn.
I love when you
Be
get a
wary
slow
of it.
motion kill and it just
The
flings
ideal
somebody off of
masters
an
have
edge.
charged him with overseeing the keepers.
I love when I
and
get
will
slow motion
undoubtedly
kills, but the
intervene
arrow
if you're
misses.
perceived as a threat.
Oof, that was a long way down. Yeah, the whiffs. Like slow
I'm just
motion
like,
kill,
thanks.
whiff!
I'm like, yes, I really loved that.
That was depressing. Thanks for showing me how badly I missed.
When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had
Great
intended to
detail.
strike a
You
bargain
showed
with
me
the
how I
ideal
missed.
masters, the custodians of this place. I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the ideal masters the souls that they
Dear
crave.
God, how much
If
further
I had
does this
foreseen the
fucking
value
walkway
they placed
go?
on my own soul, I would never have come here. The ideal masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was
really
able to
funny
hold them
watching
at
them
bay
just
and
fall.
retreat into these ruins. Unfortunately, yes.
You just noped the
Since
fuck
the
out. That was-
keepers weren't
that
able
was
to
awesome.
claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach. Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the ideal masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in.
I've been walking forever to get to that.
Archon's
this last
vision
fucking
is a
place.
world plunged in eternal darkness, where the vampire can flourish, and never again fear the tyranny
Hey,
of the
look,
sun.
the exit.
What he fails
How
to
can I get to the
realize
fucking thing?
is how much attention would be called to our kind if the prophecy came to fruition.
Ah, I forgot how
If
terrifying
eternal night
Padre was.
fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal. The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down and eliminated.
Yes, I know, Serana.
I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only way we can continue to survive in the future. I know very little about them. They're mystic entities that lord over the Soul Cairn, controlling every aspect from its fabric to its appearance.
Now I really want more chicken
Well, some
tenders.
necromancers
Chicken
believe
tenders
they are the
downstairs.
crystalline structures dotting the soul cairn. I believe there's more to it than that. I think they transcend what we perceive as a
Okay,
physical
you're just
form.
floating. You don't have animations.
Perhaps they were
I'm
once
gonna
corporeal
kill you and make you
beings, but they've
work
obviously
now.
reached a point where they no longer require a tangible presence. Conduits, through which the ideal masters speak to their underlings and feed on their victims.
much further.
The ideal master's weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure souls. It's the reason for the soul cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining with them. The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Atronan or Daedra. However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the ideal masters wind up here, as harvested souls. As you've been traveling in the soul cairn, your body has become attuned to it. Let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, a bit of the soul cairn filled the void. You should find no difficulty using the portal any longer.
Alright, I need my other
Done
hand.
walking yet?
I have the cat on top of my arm so that he can stay up here by my chest, because that's where he likes to lay. But now I need
I know very little about them.
my
Kill
hands.
those keep-like things and get back to the prison.
I have an adorable kitten. Calm down, just because my arm isn't quite how it was before doesn't mean you need to get all upset. Let's go over here.